to another episode. Um, we finna just do a reaction to this update about this dude texting his girl. She went to the NBA YoungBoy concert, so we just reacting to that, and let's get into it. We're gonna get right into it.
Welcome back to another episode on Jack TV. If you guys have not already checked out Elijah's episode, make sure you guys do that right now because this will be a big spoiler alert if you don't. Before we get into this podcast, here's a quick recap. Welcome back to another episode on Jack TV. Today we're helping Elijah place his girlfriend Ashley on a loyalty test.
Now it's like every time she go outside, bro, she mute me from her story. There's no contact. I don't really hear from her for the night. And, I don't really rock with that, I brought it up to her a few times. It don't go nowhere. Just get real combative. Like, I'm the one tripping. You feel me?
Okay, cool.
So.
Tonight, the loyalty test goes down in the middle of a live YoungBoy concert surrounded by noise, energy, and temptation.
I mean, if his girlfriend is gonna cheat, bro, this is the perfect opportunity for her to cheat. I'm not saying I want her to cheat. I'm just saying, like, if he thinks she's out and about and she don't know how to conduct herself, she'll cheat if she get the opportunity, bro.
Chris will be playing the decoy in tonight's test. He'll be flirting, applying pressure, and shooting a shot to help Elijah uncover what's really been going on.
And, do your thing, bro. She's going, she's going.
Tell me what sex baby doing.
Will Ashley pass this test, or will she let her guard down and let Chris in? Let's find out now on Jack TV. The Nashawn episode unfolded totally different, and I kind of just wanted to air that out just to show y'all how things can go wrong. So what is your perspective on that little whole situation?
It's really like when you're doing it, it's all in the moment. So you're expecting, like, if you watch it all the time and you never did it before, you're gonna think like 90% they probably gonna fail. So you're looking forward to the fail because like, this is my time to get her to fail. But when that happened and she didn't forward, it was like, now we have to improv. So now I'm respecting the process and seeing like how we have to maneuver around it to see like, because ultimately we're trying to help somebody figure out if their person is with them or against them. You feel me? So now we in the process of like, do we keep going forward to prove that she's against you or do we let it rock? So it was like all just like it's a learning process quick. And then I see the back end of it as from being a former viewer watching it previous episodes, you know what I'm saying? So now I see like, it ain't always a crash out. It ain't always a, you got caught, da-da-da. It might not always be a long episode. It's gonna be like.
It'd be the slightest thing that just changed the dynamic of the whole
Some
episode.
girls really not.
Yeah. But do you feel like if you got that one-on-one with her?
Yeah, for sure.
What makes you feel like that?
Just, I could tell, I don't know. I look at how people interact, how they talk, and like when me and him was talking, she was looking at me a lot, you know what I'm saying? She was giving into my conversation. And then when I was proposing, like, I pay for everything. I get the chef, get this, you know what I'm saying? It's on me. I'm not tripping.
She was turned. It's like she went in the kitchen, had a conversation with her friend or whatever. It felt like she was like fucking with the vibes or whatever. I thought like she was going smooth. I feel like it just something between them two, like she got irritated and it threw her whole vibe off. I felt like she maybe felt controlled when he was like, stay, or whatever the case was. But I definitely feel like when she went in there and chopped it up with her homie after looking over the footage, she had good things to say about you. So
it definitely could have, if she got by herself, and her friend was there or whatever the case may be, like, I could have definitely programmed a certain way just off the strength of knowing how she was acting. But it definitely is some, like, what they got going on.
I ain't gonna lie, that's what I said. I said that it could have been a different story if they had did it like all the rest of the tests where, or not all of them, some of them where like she has to go there to get something for him or she has to go there by herself specifically and he's gonna be there. It's different for a lot of females when their dude that they with came there with them and they asking them to stay. It's like it's a setup. Like you trying to set me up for the okie doke, and I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? Cause I would have in any situation I wouldn't have stayed either way. If I'm going to pick up something, if I'm going to meet somebody for something, I'm going to get what I gotta get, and I'm getting up out of there. You know what I'm saying? But not all females like that. because unfortunately some females are just trying to climb the ladder. I don't care about the ladder. I care about the individual. So if me and my person we rocking, we rocking. We're gonna rock till the wheels fall off. But when it fall off, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna get out and get in another car with somebody else. I'm not gonna act like I'm in the car and then be looking out the window at no, we're not doing that. But let's get on back to it.
Maybe like the fact that he was just even trying to tell her like, no, you need to stay. She's probably like, what? They probably have a whole different program, so she might have thought he was doing like acting different or something. So like the way that it unfolded, it was just definitely confusing for a second. But kudos to what y'all got going on, because it was hard to rephrase that. Like,
Yeah, I
really,
just let it rock. I was like, because I knew for a fact, even if like we brought the girl back in the crib,
it
would have felt like, okay, he doing too much, because she's just like checked out mentally. So I just ain't even want to do it. But we can't ignore the fact that she actually left. So it's like we can say like maybe she would have went if she stayed, but the action of her actually leaving kind of makes her, you know what I'm saying?
If in the air, like, did she pass? Did she fail? Like,
or whatever. But
I can't help but wonder how this would have played out if everything went as planned, because before all of this, I actually looked her up on Cheetah Buster AI, and sure enough, she was active on dating apps as recently as June
And
and
that's the
July.
thing, though,
That alone
because-
is a red flag. If you want to run your own mini loyalty test straight from your phone,
fact that
check out the link in
she
the
was on
description.
The websites and stuff. That's a red flag.
yeah, but we gotta definitely
Even
bring
if
you
was
back,
on
bro.
those
Hey, you on
websites,
another episode.
Before y'all got together, those accounts get deleted as soon as you get in a relationship. Like, you don't have those accounts unless you're in a relationship where it's open. Then that's different. But if you're in a strictly one person relationship, any dating sites, any meeting up sites, any kind of sites that are specifically for meeting other people should be cut out. Period. So that's why I said I do believe what he said, that she was gonna go if she was there by herself. You know what I'm saying, with the dude.
So then run the decoy, whatever, see if you know what I'm saying, you 0 for 1 right now.
Yeah, 0 for 1.
You know, you here, I do music. I'm a writer for a few artists, and I just been putting my foot in the door with certain people and being in certain rooms, and I just want to know if I can trust my girl in these type of scenarios in these areas. If I'm not in the room and she left by herself, how is she conducting herself? You feel me?
How are you actually processing everything now that time has passed?
Honestly, bro, in my opinion, I feel, like relieved. I feel good, There's a lot of stress that came with that situation, a lot of overthinking, a lot of anxiety, and just knowing, like, who you could trust, just how I mentioned about being in those rooms with people. But just good that I finally, got that off my shoulders, and I'm just, I'm focused. I'm just, I ain't even tripping on nobody right now, and I'm just, I'm in my lane right now.
Okay, do you feel like the loyalty test in itself brought you enough clarity?
100%. Yeah, 100%. Exactly what I needed.
Yeah, you seem like very like calm and poised, like an individual.
Yeah, because it's like, I mean, why would I trip, She gonna choose what she want to choose. I can't do nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? I can't force somebody to, be with me. What I'm gonna do, crash out?
I feel like y'all need to, get you an Uber, preferably to bro. You got his number. He'd probably take care of you tonight, but yeah, I'm gonna go in the crib.
I gotta go get my shit.
I really want you to get it tomorrow, but
No.
go ahead and grab a little bit of your shit, then we can leave.
Let's go, come on.
I don't think she can go in. She needs to stay outside since she want a bold-faced lie. I appreciate you so much, bro.
What's up, bro?
Thank you, man. You can wait. Hold on. I'm not trying to cause a scene. No, this is the crib. Just wait outside for me, please. I gotta handle this for her.
Like, I say this for any dude, in any relationship. If you see something you don't like, and, you got to bring it up multiple times, and it seems like it's a problem.
And I think a lot of people was like waiting for this dude to crash out, cause that's what they expect. They don't expect nobody to be like calm, cool, collect, and be like, all right, get your stuff. We're gonna go our separate ways. That's gonna be it. They be waiting for people to crash out, be cussing each other out, be throwing stuff. Like, not everybody is moving like that. Because at the end of the day, like you said, can't make nobody choose you. They got to want to be there.
And she not for you. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You know, just let that
So
go.
like before the test, did you like what was those conversations? We didn't go into too much of depth or anything, but like how was those conversations like when you having these gut feelings? Like, but you gotta maneuver with her, you gotta be around her, y'all in each other's space.
Honestly, it's like bringing it up to her, and I'm trying to like make sure I don't know how to put it. Like I'm trying to like make sure I'm like there for her needs. Like make sure like I'm not, you know, trying to be there for her, you know, her work, and not try to look like I'm crashing out or like
Or just make the situation uncomfortable.
make it worse. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to hear her out, you know, and just trying to be understanding. You know,
That shit exhausting having
It
to do that
is,
though.
yeah,
Because you
like,
kind of like putting your feelings and your emotions on the back burner to you feel
for
me?
hers. Exactly. So You know, ain't feel like, what about before? Do you ain't feel crazy like even trying to do it? Like, what that feeling feel like? Doing what, like going through with the test, like. It felt crazy, but I went into it like, you know, I'm gonna get exactly what I need at the end of it, you know, like if she don't end up, you know, messing with bro, then you know that's good on my end. You know, we can go from there. But if she do, then you know, we still gonna go from there. We live, you know, we keep going.
I feel like doing this for as long as I've been doing it, a lot of people feel like if they got to go to this extent, then why do it?
That's very true.
What was your thought process when it come to that?
Cause, you know, it's just like dude, you know, being in love, you know, having somebody you with, you don't want to see it just go. You know, as much as you want to be cool about it, you don't just, you know, want to just. It's easier said than done. You feel me?
Right.
So, you know,
Nation, if you was to put yourself in his shoes, would you have gone through with a test like this if you felt the way about a female?
Me personally, like if it comes to a gut feeling, I don't. That's embarrassing because if she doesn't fail, I'm gonna feel like a goofy. Because like, how do you maneuver after that? After you
How did you prepare yourself for that? Because it's a possibility that she didn't fail.
You know, how does this shit? I took a L. I mean, yeah, you be
Did you
wilding.
think about that before though? Like
Definitely, I would just if she would have passed, it just would have been like you be wilding. What do you expect? I don't know. Like I feel like that gives them more ground to be like to flip the script on something.
Definitely do.
Oh, that must mean you doing something. I feel like just because the platform's so big,
Yeah, that's
makes
true.
it worse.
It could, but you know, I know who I am. I know I ain't doing nothing. And she knew the type of dude I was and the type of timing I was on. I do kind of feel like a little bit of regret of like going through this length of having to do this, but you know, at the end of the day, it is what it is. You know,
Right.
If she would have passed, I would have took that. I would have looked a little goofy, whatever. And however she wanted to move with it after, is you know how we would have moved. I would have been, you know, it's cool.
So from a viewer perspective, like what do you think they misunderstand mostly about situations like this?
What do they?
Like reading those comments and just basically like putting yourself back in the viewer perspective because you was once a viewer. What do you think they misunderstand?
I think they misunderstand. Like it. Like
I think people do this because they want receipts. I think that's why they do this. Because a lot of people have that intuition, right? They feel like somebody is doing something behind their back, but they don't have any receipts, no proof. You feel what I'm saying? They do this to get the proof so they can move on knowing that they were right. That's the whole point of these little tests. And for the ones that actually pass, I think that's also them saying, like, a part of me didn't trust you anyway, so I knew it wasn't going to work. But I just wanted to see, would you be loyal? You know what I'm saying? Like, even though they had that in the back of their head, like, this she's probably cheating on me and whatever. She probably doing this. He probably doing that. You having that in your back of your head. So if you don't get no proof, you're gonna always have that in the back of your head. You're gonna always think that. And that's why they do the test, to see if they was tripping because of what has happened to them in the past or whatever, or they was right. majority of the time these people be right. You know what I'm saying? Cause when people be changing up and like doing different stuff and you know doing the cheating shit, like you can't hide that. Even though people be trying to hide it and think people don't know what they be doing, it's always visible. You know what I'm saying? Whether or not you think it's not, it is. People know you doing some dirt. They just ain't got no proof. So if they come to you and be like, oh man, you doing this, you doing that, where the proof at? I don't have none. So you just saying that because you doing some shit, and then they try to flip it like they said. They try to flip it on you saying that you doing this because you feel guilty. See, and that's why they do these.
Like I said, it's a lot of stuff is easier said than done. Like you know, a lot of people in the comments, oh, if your girl doing this, then she gone. Like if your girl going to an NBA YoungBoy concert by herself, then I'm not with her. Like it's not, it ain't that easy. You know what I'm saying?
'Cause people be putting up with some stuff. I know some homies that put up with stuff way worse than that.
It's easier to watch this shit and be like, I would have reacted this way, or this your thought process, but they forget the investment and the time and energy that you spent that'll make you go through jumping these hoops to do shit like this. So I just feel like that's the main like misunderstanding, and it's funny as fuck to just see the comments of people saying like, I wouldn't have did this or whatever the case is.
Comments
Just
be crazy. The comment sections be crazy.
yeah, it be
Like, I don't even
crazy.
know.
Exactly.
Cause you probably would have crashed out on camera for real before
feel
the
me?
thing even started.
Before the test, what did you think that was true, and what shifted when you actually saw the reality?
What I thought was true is that she would be a little friendly, just based off of the job that she does. It requires her to, you know, be a little bit more outgoing. You know, like be in people's face. I saw some comments they was talking about if somebody. It was funny. They was like if somebody was in my ear if somebody was in my ear like that in NBA YoungBoy, I would be mad.
Yeah.
You know, I felt that way too. I'm like, I don't know, I would have been annoyed too, but you know, I feel like I gave her the benefit of the doubt, like low key, maybe like, you know, that's the job she had, you know, as a bottle girl and like getting into that. I feel like sometimes you gotta put that fake smile on your face. You gotta, you know, some of those girls be going through the worst and then they gotta go to work and you know, act jolly as hell, you know.
So if she would have conducted herself the same exact way, other than giving her the number, that would have been a pass in your eyes.
Kinda. I don't like the touching. I don't like all the touching. And then honestly, if she would have just told me the truth, I bet, like, then I would have definitely moved a different way, and I could have seen it as a pass.
Cause she has when you approached her and confronted her towards the end, could she have told you everything that would have happened and was being honest? Would you still?
I love honesty. Just be honest with me.
You feel like you could see yourself still there?
Not still there. I mean,
Honesty though.
That'd be the hard part, though, like dealing with like them type of girls in them lanes.
Yeah.
Like, Cause it's like a different. If you actually talk.
And that's what I hate when niggas be like, I love when you be honest. Like, my thing with me, like, you tell me the truth. You know what I'm saying? Give me the option on whether or not I want to be here or not. As long as it ain't nothing that wild and crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't went out and you went out there, I might can, like, get over it, bro. Like, little texting, cool. You know what I'm saying? That's texting. I can get over that if you tell me the truth. But when you hiding it, and then it's what you saying in the text message. If you bad about the me in the messages, over it. If you saying I love you in the messages, over it. You sending naked pictures in the messages, over it. It's like boundaries, like you should not cross. You know what I'm saying? Like, most humans can be flirtatious. You know what I'm saying? That's like innate nature. You know what I'm saying? People say I'm flirtatious, and I don't even be flirting. I don't even like people like that. You know? So it's like, I don't know. It's just certain stuff. I got my cap too, and certain stuff I'm like, all right. Especially if we got to understand it. Now, once you cross those boundaries, then we're going to have a problem. Because those boundaries are there for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, the boundaries are there for a reason. So get it together. Don't cross them. Won't have no problem.
When somebody in that lane, you have to give them a different level of
Exactly.
like boundary. Because sometimes in that lane, like a number might not be that bad, but to a regular person, that's like end all be all. But in them bottle girl lanes, like that, it messes with you OD. Because like, she really might not be doing it. She's just doing her job, but it's her job
Well,
really
let's just
like
say it's
respecting me in the
boundary.
long run. Like everybody gonna think you a goofy but you. So it's, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So, how do you reconcile loving someone and then knowing that their values might not align with yours? Because obviously she was your girl. I'm pretty sure it's still feelings there being that it's fresh. So how do you deal with that?
Honestly, you know, I've dealt with this stuff before. It's kind of like now it's just like, it's just be disappointing. And I just be like, damn, you know, like, I've been through the crashing out, the crying, the staying at her crib, seeing somebody come through her window and all of that.
You wasn't playing around.
So you got your you got your heart broke before, basically.
For sure.
That'll put the battery in somebody back who already went through those challenges in their life, like getting their heart broke to where they so poised in a moment like this, to where you would test somebody because you just move different. I don't know if you got your heart broke, but that shit is totally different to where you kind of just chalk that shit up to like, all right, it's whatever. I did my part.
You know what I'm saying?
I loved you, but you'll move on as if she thinks you never fuck with her. So how do you like cope with it? Cause you do music and shit. Like
I've definitely wrote a few songs about that shit. You know what I'm saying?
you went to her. You wrote some songs about this shit?
Definitely had to put that down. I feel like, you know, sometimes like when moments like this happen and you are a musician, it's like you hate it, but it's a blessing at the same time because it give you something to talk about. It give you something to like put out. You know what I'm saying? It's an actual feeling. So it make your music more real. You know what I'm saying? When you can really speak about a true, real experience that you know.
Yeah, it's kind of like some of your best work.
Exactly.
For sure. So, bro, you owe me a mic because you ran out with the mic. Where the mic at?
I can't even tell you, brother.
Nah, bullshit. You keep it, but
we'll get you a new one.
I've been seeing a lot of comments of them asking me like, did I get the mic back or whatever? I kind of don't care.
I did. You know what's crazy? I did when I was like, okay, we gotta go.
Yeah.
God, I took that bitch.
So when the cameras cut off, you know what I'm saying? We still had a little bit of your conversation. I kind of kept it in there, but I didn't want to keep the whole thing because your mic was still recording. But kind of like, how did you navigate that situation after everything hit the fan and the cameras cut off?
Honestly, we just went in the crib and I'm just, I honestly told her, like, I'm gonna go to bed right now, you know? Go to sleep. Cause I've been in relationships where you react first before thinking. And it don't be nothing good come from that. You say some stuff you regret, you do something you regret. So I just went to bed. I woke up in the morning, made some food, sat down, and we talked. And I'm just like, you know, no hard feelings or nothing. Like, I understand you, but it's just certain things that I've been putting up with that I can't keep going for. So, you know, it's just.
What is y'all living situation? Like, do y'all still stay together or?
Packed her up.
I ain't pack her up, but you know,
you show grace.
Yeah, you know, because it's stuff that's going on that's behind the scenes. But you know, I got somewhere else I'm at. I'm just working, doing my music. I'm just, you know, we gonna figure all of that out. I don't just ever want to put somebody out and they ain't got nowhere to go and they just tripping like that. You feel me?
So being that, you know what I'm saying, you got your own situation of y'all living together or whatever that look like, what boundaries have you set, like being that you already went through with the test?
Honestly, bro, I just don't be home. You know, I'll be in the studio.
Right.
I'll be working. If I do pull up, it'll be late, you know. I'll go to sleep in a different room. And yeah, that's just how it is right now. You know, she doing her thing, I'm doing my thing. And we're just trying to figure out where to go from here.
So it really ain't no static. It's just about, you know what I'm saying, this is an unfortunate situation.
And just trying to let go as smooth as possible.
For sure. No bad blood.
Yeah.
You definitely older, huh?
Yeah, 24.
Oh, you're 24?
Damn.
Yeah. What? I would have, what? I'm the whole opposite side of that. You way too calm. I would have been hot. Sleeping in a different room.
Yeah, man.
Crazy.
I'm glad I went through the heartbreak when I was a little younger, you know, 22. It would have been a whole different story.
Right.
22, Lord.
People gotta realize, like, when people go through stuff, especially when it's like extreme to them, the little smaller stuff is it don't mean nothing. Like it's the difference between walking on water and walking on fire. It's two different things. Now the water is calm, it's somewhat warm, like it ain't causing you no harm. But that fire is burning you. It's gonna leave scars. That's the difference. Those scars are gonna move with you for the rest of your life. Now, whether or not you put medicine on those scars to get those scars to heal, is up to you. But they'll always be there. There's always going to be a sign that you went through that fire. You know what I'm saying? It's always going to be in the back of your head. It's going to be a memory. It's going to make that person want to move a lot differently. I know, because I've been there before. I've been in situations where I wasn't so calm. You know what I'm saying? I'm at a point where I'm at the calmest point of my life right now. And it's kind of scary. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of scared of this calm that I'm in. But it's all about being mature and understanding that people make mistakes. And it's your choice whether or not you're going to stay with them or you're going to let them exit your life gracefully. You know what I'm saying?
Lord.
That crashing out shit actually dead. Like
It's super dead.
It's low key like a safer alternative.
It's
Skipping
pointless,
the
bro. What you crashing out for? Like,
It'd be,
It's too many out here to be crazy. Like I
not
feel
even
you.
just that. It's just
Yeah.
like, bro, you don't benefit from crashing out. You just exposing. You just at your most vulnerable state and not know how to regulate your emotions type shit. It's really on that's some little boy ass
Yep,
shit. Like
yep,
if you
you know what I
crashing
mean?
out at the age we at, bro, I ain't gonna lie.
I'm done. I used to crash out crazy though. I ain't gonna fake.
I feel like niggas who do crash out in a relationship, they're really the problem.
100%.
Cause if you not, then you gonna find peace and clarity and just moving the fuck on. Like you crashing out.
And also, I feel like when you crashing out and a woman see you crashing out, especially these women, they be evil,
They
bro.
smart, bro.
And they smart and they act stupid. And I feel like some of them they love that shit. They want the power over you to see that they can make you act this way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like some of them, it's little stuff they'll do on purpose just to see that they have that over you.
For sure.
Yeah,
When it's crazy because when you had that poise, nigga,
It make them mad.
it make them
Make 'em
devil.
mad.
The
They hate
devil come out.
Like, oh, you not reacting?
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
That's why I feel like this was just so easy. I feel like if I would have crashed out, she would have had way more. I think when you crash out, it get a woman more leverage.
All right, so how'd you even like determine like that you wasn't gonna crash out? Were you telling yourself if it went bad, was you gonna crash out? Or was you telling yourself?
I just knew from the jump, this is me. I'm not gonna crash out. Like, there's no way.
I feel like when we first like met, I kind of already like saw like your character. You like real calm, chill. So I didn't even expect you to even really show hardly no emotion when it came to it. It kind of felt like you already knew what was gonna happen, and you made peace with like if it did come out the way you didn't expect it, that you was gonna carry yourself a certain way.
Yeah, exactly.
Type shit. So what like you now actually like being put into the situation of testing somebody? What misconception did you like once have as like a viewer versus actually being here about conducting?
Honestly, I would watch, and I was the same person. That's what I'm saying. Easier said than I'd be like, man, I never put my girl through nothing like that. If she do something like that, I'm gone. Like, that's how I was. You know what I'm saying? But just I don't know. When you in it, it's like I understand the people who actually go through it now. Like just because I went through the process and I understand it.
So to a viewer watching right now, what advice could you give them on putting a significant other to the loyalty test if they just happen to be thinking about that?
I would say really think on it. Like really think if it's something that you want to do, and are you prepared for either the pass or the fail? Are you prepared? It's like, are you prepared to look kind of like goofy and in both scenarios. You know, if she passed, then it make you look dumb, and then she could use that against you. But then if you fail, now the whole world see that you know.
I
she
feel
ain't
like a
fucking
lot
with
of
you.
people be like torn between whether or not she passed or failed, that they forget about the action.
Mm-hmm.
Because if your girl passed, you know what I'm saying, you did that shit. It's just like, to me, it's kind of like a sign of not trusted.
Facts.
I just feel like, people forget about that.
Yeah. And I would say honestly, like, would I do this again? No. I do like look in the mirror.
That'd be the part that be hitting me hard. Like, for people to be like, if I was to do this again, no, why?
It's like, because
Listen to
it's
the
something
signs.
as me as a man, I'm like, at the end of the day, if I ain't messing with something, I'm not. That's what it is. I'm not messing with it. Like, if you can't, you know, I'm not like the type of dude to be like, oh, if you with me, you under my program, you do what I say. But it's like, if you can't respect the boundary, at the end of the day, you're not for me. You know, it don't matter what good I think you do for me, or, you know, if you can't respect this boundary, then we shouldn't. It can't work. At the
And
end
I
of
come
the
with
day.
time, as like when you're getting older, like
Yeah.
not even tripping about none of that, like just paying attention to red flags. Because when we were
Yeah.
younger, we just like learn certain stuff slide, like, oh, you're your own person. But as you get older, like certain stuff, and you start paying attention to it, you should already know off the bat, like, this is gonna lead to this. So we're not even gonna do that. Like,
Exactly,
we just gonna
bro.
nip this in the bud early.
Yeah.
It's like we hear a lot of conversation about like women intuition, but we ignore that men had that shit too.
Gut feeling.
So like,
Discernment.
yeah, your discernment about a situation or individual, we be ignoring that shit, but we already be knowing. So I just feel like we gotta do a better job at like standing on that shit, which would refrain from us doing shit like this or whatever.
It don't help with society now. Social media, when women make men feel like they doing anything to go against them or question them, it's like insecurity or emasculating them. Like, now I'm wrong for feeling the way about you. Like, I'm not
Exactly,
wrong
bro.
for that. I'm not feminine for wanting to know if you cheating on me or not. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Like,
Yeah.
you feel me?
And bro, we both, like, females and guys, we got masculine and feminine in us, like both ways type shit. So,
Yeah.
so like, how did your family or, you know, anyone around you respond to seeing you in that light?
Not gonna lie, I got a call from my pops. You know how the pops be. Like, you know, you lame as hell, boy. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, cause you know they old school. You know, they would never do nothing like this. You know what I'm saying? I definitely got a few DMs. You know, I read the comments. You know what I'm saying? You know, you soft. You let your girl do this. You let your girl do that. But you know, I don't really pay it too much attention. You know, I don't know. I did what I did at the end of the day. I feel I'm smooth from everything.
How do you
I came
feel like
from.
it affected Ashley?
She disappointed, and you know that's why I'm being so like lenient and just not like you gotta go type, because I know I put her in a position where it's like it put her like in the spotlight of how she would act. And you know, it didn't affect her everyday life. You know, like if she go outside, people, oh, you the one who cheated, you the one who cheated. But you know, I still, I got a heart. You know, I feel for her. I'm not just gonna.
So you care for her embarrassment?
Yeah, 100%. You know what I'm saying? You know, it sucks. And, you know, it is what it is. But you know, it's not affecting her too bad. But I think more like her ego hit a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Which is understandable. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm like, I get you. You know. I'm not like cursing her out and mad at her for what she did. You know, I'm just like, I feel you, you know. That's all I can say on that, for real.
So, bro, it's a lot of comments in there where they time stamping where I place your song at.
Yes, sir.
Did you fuck with how I integrated that?
Bro, I appreciate it. Yeah, my family they was pissed off with Girly, with, you know, the situation that happened, but it put a smile on their face to hear that, you know, at least, and, on mine as well. So, yeah, you know, I love it. It was good to hear.
Yeah. So for those of you who keep time stamping like the 15-minute mark and y'all hear that song, that's him. Where can they go find it, or
not out yet? I'm planning on dropping it like next month. I'm trying to put a little EP together, like 5-6 songs.
Right.
Put some shit out.
What do you have out?
I've never dropped before, bro.
Oh, you crazy.
I've never dropped.
Oh, so you gatekeep. You gatekeep.
Bro, I didn't.
Why?
I got so much music. Just, I don't know. I'm waiting on the right time. I was an athlete as well. I was in college, so it was kind of like just trying to figure out what I want to do in life. You know what I'm saying? For a long time, it was basketball, sports, and then I just switched over, start taking music seriously. And yeah, I have a lot of music. I gatekeep a little bit, but I'm finally next month I'm about to put out.
Drop that, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I put some
you
stuff
most
out.
definitely got something there, so
Yeah.
I think you should take it a
I
little more
definitely will.
serious for sure. Be more
Definitely will.
intentional about putting music out.
I don't know. Recently, I've been feeling like it's been just the how locked in I've been on it. Just I've been in the studio. Like it was a point in time I was sleeping in the studio. Like I did not leave, and it was just really the love for it. Like just feeling like I loved it, and like I was always one to kind of care about people's opinions. You know, I would post little snippets on Instagram, and you know, people be hating. So you know, the comments wouldn't be on there. I wouldn't get too many likes. I'd be like, man, people don't like my shit. You know. But I've gotten out of that and it's just like I'm doing this for me. I don't do this for nobody else. My music is real. I speak about stuff that like really going on. So I just like look at it as like my journal. So now I'm like just being in a headspace of like I do it for me, and that's why I feel like now is the right time to drop because I'm not doing it for nobody else but for me.
Yeah, I'm looking forward for you dropping that song that you said
I
you
will.
wrote.
Yeah, I will.
Sure.
to that.
Thank you.
Shit, appreciate you for allowing me, you know what I'm saying, to be a part of that journey for you or whatever. Hopefully you got the clarity you needed in that.
Definitely.
But yeah, man, make sure y'all go tap into that episode. I actually threw both of those in the same one. Like I said, if you watching this podcast, then you kind of just ruin it for yourself. But y'all go check out that last episode. And I appreciate both of y'all for showing up.
Yes,
Look,
sir,
bro,
yes,
appreciate
sir.
you, man.
For sure. Until next.
I don't know. It's kind of crazy. I couldn't ever see myself doing something like this, bro. Like, just orchestrating a test to see if somebody cheating. I'm simply just going to ask them. I'm going to ask them, but when I ask them, I'm most likely going to have receipts because I love having proof that somebody is doing wrong before I really come to them and see if they're going to lie to my face. Anytime that I have asked somebody something, it's been because I have the information already and I'm just trying to see if you're going to lie about it. Oh, y'all heard that? I just popped the hell out of my back. But just know if I come to you and I ask you a question, bro, and it's a specific question, just know I already got the answer and just tell me. I'd rather you tell me than lie. Because when you lie, I'm going to be mad. I'm going to be pissed. But if you tell me the truth, it might be a different story. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be the difference between good and bad. You know what I'm saying? I ain't flashing out no more like I used to. I ain't flashing out no more. I stopped doing that. But I will go MIA. You might not ever see me again. You be looking over my shoulder seeing if I'm going to pop up out the blue. Nah, chill out, bro. Nah, I was wild about that. But, yeah, y'all stay tuned, bro. We got more reactions. We got more reactions. This one is like, I feel like it's three things that she did wrong, right? So for one, I understand you being very social, right? But it's a limit to being social. And the fact that you didn't even bring up the fact that you had a man, or did she bring up? I don't know, I can't remember. But you didn't keep reiterating if you didn't bring it up. I can't remember if you brought it up or not. I don't think you brought it up. That's one red flag. Now, if you did bring it up and that person is still talking to you, that means they don't care or respect you enough to even not try to keep talking to you knowing that you have somebody. That's number two. So that means if y'all do end up talking, they're not gonna have respect for you to not talk to nobody else. Because guess what? You started talking to them while you was in a relationship. You see how that cycle just continues over and over and over again? That's why people say you lose them how you get them. But hey, third thing is the touching, the dancing. No. In no way, shape, or form. Now, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this, right? If I'm in a relationship, with a man, I'm most likely going to dance on a female. I mean, that's a normal female thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm most likely going to dance on a female, or a female is going to dance on me. Now, there are boundaries to that dancing that I will not cross. Because there are boundaries to dancing with females. Just saying. And even if I'm in a relationship with a female, still going to dance with a female. Most likely not going to dance with a dude. So I really don't like them people like that. I don't really like dudes like that. Like, I'm off of them for real. But females I'm going to dance with. It's my cup of tea. But dancing, and then she gave the number out. Right. That you don't do at the end of the day. Do not give your number out when you are in a relationship. And then the fact that he specifically asked you a specific question, and this is why I said if somebody asks you a specific question, they already got the answer. Then you lied about it. And then your friend over there lied about it. I understand. I don't blame the friend being the friend. But if somebody coming to you and they got details about what went on, and you still gonna lie, that's that shit. I hate that shit. I hate that shit. But to each his own, bro. If y'all want to be out here cheating and doing all this other dumb shit and just whatever, yeah, like, especially when y'all got good people at the house, like, y'all got good people in your corner and y'all go over here and, like, do this dumb crap, get out of here. Whatever. But make sure y'all stay tuned. Hit that subscribe button. Like, comment. I do have a Discord and a Twitch. Everything's going to be in the description below. Socials, all that in the description. So make sure y'all follow up. We're going to have we're finna just be doing a bunch of stuff. So make sure y'all stay tuned. And if you don't know, now you know. Bye.